The long-awaited film, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, is finally coming out tomorrow at the time this video releases. Or I guess today for some lucky few. And yes, I do normally upload videos every Friday, but I gotta get this out before the movie releases, and on that day I will be very busy enjoying the film. This is not gonna be one of those kind of videos where I watch every single trailer in slow motion for 24 hours straight just to pick out every little pubic hair sized details to theorycraft about. Today I'm just going to inform you a little bit about what we know about the film and what madness has led up to this moment, so we are super prepared to go into this film and not need any more information. And before we get started, if you want to hit the sub button to show some love, I would greatly appreciate it because it does help the channel immensely. And for every sub I get, my mom gives me an extra quarter on my weekly allowance, so come on guys, let's make it happen. We will start things off with the things that you need to know from previous Marvel properties like the Disney Plus shows or full-fledged movies. Starting all the way back in Doctor Strange's first movie, he learned the mystical arts under the wings of the Ancient One and not Brother Voodoo, aka Baron Mordo. The Ancient One, being the Sorcerer Supreme at the time, dies and Strange takes over the mantle. He uses the Time Stone to kind of bargain his way out of defeating Dormammu, I guess you could say, which actually pisses Baron Mordo off, and he actually leaves the Sanctum Sanctorum because messing with the time stream is a big no-no to him. Fast forward to Infinity War, and Strange gets dusted for 5 years, making Wong the new Sorcerer Supreme, despite him coming back eventually anyways. Now, if you haven't watched WandaVision on Disney Plus, Wanda learned that she was basically born with chaos magic powers, but it would have just fizzled out of existence without proper training. But the experiments that she went through with the Mind Stone ensure that it stayed. She uses her chaos magic to hold a town hostage and alter the reality inside of a hexagon-shaped dome to live in a false reality rather than suffering in the actual reality. She even created kids for her and Vision that faded away when the hex was brought down, and we learned that Wanda, aka the Scarlet Witch, is a Nexus being that surpasses the power of the Sorcerer Supreme. Then at the very end, you see her astral form messing with the Darkhold as she hears her kids' voices in her head, so in theory she'll be seeking out those kids, like where to find them throughout the multiverse. During the What If animated series, the only thing you really need to know is that there is a variant of Doctor Strange that absorbed every single demonic entity in his reality to save the girl that he loves, but he ended up collapsing his universe. This version of Strange might have an appearance in the film. If you haven't seen Loki, we learned that there is a group called the TVA that keep every timeline in check. The leader of the TVA is He Who Remains, which is a variant of Kang, basically chaperoning the multiverse so that no more evil versions of him could ever exist due to the giant Kang war that happened. Sylvie, a variant of Loki, ends up killing him, so the multiverse is set free to basically be as chaotic as it wishes because He Who No Longer Remains is not there to ensure otherwise. If you haven't watched Moon Knight, well, you don't really need to watch it for this because it's not really connected as of episode 5, but you should watch it, it's really good. More of that in another video. This brings us to Spider-Man No Way Home, where Peter Parker's identity has gotten out and he went to Doctor Strange to make everyone forget who he was. Peter was unable to stop talking while the spell was happening, so the spell ended up opening the door to the multiverse and allowing anyone who knows Peter Parker is Spider-Man in any universe to come through. At the end of the film, the reality has basically cracked wide open, and now you see other universes' versions of Spider-Man villains like silhouettes in the sky before Strange is able to send everyone back to their universe and shut the cracks that he had opened. And that's all the history you really need to know from the MCU standpoint, but there are some rumored cameos from past Marvel movies that could be making appearances or variants of different characters. Now, the only real character that you might need to know more about is America Chavez, and the only thing you really need to know about her is that she can open portals of the shape of stars to go to different universes. So I imagine that's how Doctor Strange will be hopping to different universes, is by taking her portals. Now let's have a little bit of fun and do a quick lightning round of all confirmed characters and then some rumored ones that, you might need to know just to give you a heads up. Doctor Strange, Sinister Strange, Defender Strange, Supreme Strange, Wanda Maximoff, and maybe a variant of Wanda Maximoff as well. Wong, Mordo, America Chavez, potential Gargantos, the Illuminati, Christine Palmer, Ultron Bots, Professor X, Captain Carter, Monica Rambeau as Captain Marvel, Sylvie, Billy and Tommy Maximoff, Reed Richards version 2, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, Superior Iron Man, Nightmare, Ghost Rider, Deadpool. This list is so long. But luckily, I think that's just about everybody that I can remember on this list, and the list is definitely a little bit. Don't forget Mephisto! Would you stop with the Mephisto crap? God, I'm gonna kill him someday. Oh, and the Living Tribunal was recently seen in one of the trailers, but I think that's all. Now, this movie could introduce a few things into the MCU, like having mutants and the X-Men in general, as well as the Fantastic Four and having their first appearances, or at least one of their characters. And the big baddie of the film has yet to be announced or confirmed, so there are several different ways that could go with it. Whether it be Wanda or Kang the Conqueror, Nightmare or the Illuminati, whatever they decide to go, I'm glad that they kept it a secret. I got a little bit tired of the new minor teases that came out every week that gave us like one more frame of stuff that we haven't seen yet and people are dissecting the life out of it. I just want to see the movie. And I'm going to, tomorrow. So hopefully you will be too. So now that you know the history that led us to this moment and what potential the future could bring us, you are now ready to see this movie. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. I hope that you loved the movie. Leave a sub to show some love because like I said, I need that little weekly pay raise. Let me know down below if I have failed to mention anything important so that other people would see it. But otherwise, enjoy the movie and have a marvelous day.